Hey guys, it's Jeremy here to talk to you about Anchor, the free podcast tool that you all need. If you haven't heard about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. Let me explain. First of all, like I said, it's free. There are creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your computer or your phone. Anchor will distribute your podcast for you so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more. You can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership, and it's everything you need to make a podcast all in one place. So guys, go ahead and download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm on your computer to get started.
Oh, yeah.
Blerd Survival Guide Season 3, baby.
At Blerd Activists.
At that dancing Blerd. We are back for another season of fun and love and all the things. Let's go. Welcome back to the Blerd Survival Guide. Chill with us. Enjoy the ride. Perfect way to spend your time. 3, 2, 1. We going live. Welcome back to the Blerd Survival Guide. Chill with us. Enjoy the ride. Perfect way to spend your time. 3, 2, 1. We going live. We got everything you need. Jeremy and Jay, a hell of a team. Comics, news, and everything in between. Birmingham, we own the scene. Come on and let's have a blast with the Black Nerds and the Black Podcast. This is a guide to help you last. We got some topics to unmask. Welcome back to the Blerd Survival Guide. Chill with us. Enjoy the ride. Perfect way to spend your time. 3, 2, 1. We going live. Welcome back to the Blerd Survival Guide. Chill with us. Enjoy the ride. Perfect way to spend your time. 3, 2, 1. We going live. Appreciate you, Nick, for creating the beat, the lyrics, and helping us out, buddy. Another Marbury production.
Shout out Marbury.
Thank you for your service. Come along and sing along all your hopes and dreams. One piece.
Together we
You find the great things that we're looking for.
One piece.
I think one of my favorite things is all of the different
Theme songs.
opening songs that you
Like
get.
36 of them.
That you get it really. I think
get
it
a whole
inspired-
One Piece double album.
Real deal. It inspired our podcast, bro. Because like we do
really could.
change up the theme song for a podcast.
Yeah, we're
Like,
an anime podcast. That's at that point.
Yeah,
That's what I tried to. That's what I wanted to do.
anime inspired
Should we
podcast.
have really dramatic endings that just have like us doing the Carlton as the outro?
I kind of do that.
Should we
except when I do
recap the
songs.
last episode at the beginning of every episode?
I love
Next time on Blerd Survival Guide,
We should definitely do that.
Jay has a meltdown. Jeremy doesn't know when to speak, and things happen.
All the
Tune
things.
in next time. All the things on Blerd Survival Guide.
Believe it. King of the podcast.
That was good.
We should do that.
I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, I'd be game for it.
All right, welcome back to another episode of Blerd
Welcome
Survival
back,
Guide.
everybody.
Yeah, we had to take a break because that boys episode was just too powerful. We had to let y'all marinate on that one.
God.
Ooh.
Oh,
But
God.
yeah, after that week of vulgarity and whatnot and so forth and all the things, we're
It
back.
gave Jeremy COVID.
It definitely did. I was out.
So dirty.
You got too close to the deep, bro. That was
So
exactly
close.
what happened.
Too close. But yeah, we're back.
We're back. And we got a good conversation for everybody
Yeah,
today.
but-
It's a group conversation.
Yeah, everybody's
Because
here.
everybody is at a point in a show that we all love.
Yeah, but before we get into it, Jay, Miriam, Ryan, how y'all doing? I missed y'all. It's been
Man,
a
I'm
week.
good.
I didn't see y'all.
I'm good. It's been a good week. It's
Yeah.
been a great week leading into this
You were
week.
out of town. Both of y'all were out of town.
Yeah,
How
I
was
took an
that?
adventure to DC.
Yeah.
Went up there, got to see our favorite city. It was a milestone for us. Like we hadn't been there together, and as well as I got to present at my first like national conference of all
National.
like of all things. So that was really dope. That was really dope. Yeah, it was at the National Alliance to End Homelessness.
You're gonna have to give me like the spark notes of that presentation later.
Yeah, it was about
I'm
being
interested.
really
Yeah.
cool. I'll be happy to tell you about it.
A pleasant surprise.
Yeah, I got to present about trauma-informed organizations and nonprofit stuff.
Did you make money?
They paid for my flight and my hotel, so that was a no.
Thank you.
Yeah, that, but not you. Did you get money? Did you, as your organization, get money, or the organization get money for like to help?
No, it was
In homelessness, I should say.
no. We didn't get money from that, but like it's always a good opportunity to like publicize about the organization as well as like promote myself, because that was like it was a combination of both. It's like, yes, this is the organization I work for. Yes, this is what I as an individual know about. So it's kind of like both, you know.
Cool. Very cool.
So that was great. We spent the week up in DC after that. Got to visit with some of Miriam's friends and go to some cool spots.
Very
Had some good food.
How was your experience up
It
there?
was great. I got to see two of my friends that I don't get to see very often because they live in DC. One who I hadn't seen in about a year, and the other I hadn't seen for 3 years. So shout out to Kirsten and Carolyn. Love you both very much.
Send them the episode personally so they can hear it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ryan, did you
friends.
did you go to DC?
I did not go to DC.
Hey, neither did I. So it's okay. How what you do?
I
Catch
hung
us
out
up.
here. I was here enjoying some much needed respite after the World Games.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
Again, so glad that's done. But I just hung out. I started working on like Blender stuff and working in Unreal.
Cool.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, just taking some
wow.
time to.
Give us a rundown. You have to give us a rundown
Any
of
new
that
characters or visuals that you can see?
I am currently making a donut.
Cool.
Yeah, you are.
There's
Make that donut,
There's
baby.
a guy that does a tutorial series where you make a donut and it takes you through every single part
That's
of
dope.
Blender. And I'd been like working on it and like learning the program for a minute. I just had never sat down and made myself do that tutorial. And I finally this week started going through it, and it's been cool.
Oh, yeah.
Very nice.
That's really awesome.
I feel myself making my way up that learning curve, so it feels nice.
YouTube University.
YouTube University.
Hell yeah.
That's all you need. That's all you need.
For those in the audience that don't know what Blender is, could you give them a brief description?
Blender is a 3D modeling and animation software that is free to use for the public. You
Sponsor us, Blender.
can sponsor us.
Police.
But you just download it and then get started, and it's really cool. Same with Unreal Engine. It is the engine that is made to use Fortnite.
Oh, cool.
And 90% of AAA games that are coming out from here on are going to be made in Unreal Engine, like Cyberpunk. I'm pretty sure Destiny is now on Unreal Engine as well.
God of War isn't.
I'm not sure. That's why I didn't say God
Yeah.
of War, but I wouldn't be surprised if they
think
used
it
it.
is.
See, those caliber
it's-
games are starting
yeah.
to get more and more on Unreal Engine.
I know
Because
that
it's a very
the-
easy to use, and it's free until you break $1 million profit. So
I know like
And then you
Demon
pay them
Souls
like
and
a-
Demon Slayer and those games are made on Unreal.
Elden Ring,
And like those are all like among the most popular
Yeah.
games in the world.
Black Magic,
Twitch, baby.
Wukong, as well. The Chinese mythology game that's coming is also an Unreal Engine project.
I feel like JD knows about that. I'll have to ask him about it.
the snow in that alone is ridiculously rendered. It's so realistic. it's scary. It's like when you used to play old games and look at the water and it like wouldn't move.
Yeah.
Now it's moving so much that you're like,
Yo,
You get motion sickness just watching it play to me.
oh,
That's been it. And then
I love water.
We got One Piece
water
back.
animation, like good water animation. I'm just saying,
Everybody
is
should love
something,
water. No,
bro.
you're right.
Like,
You're right though.
like for real.
You're
Like,
right.
I'm not gonna get to it yet, but like the first time I saw the water that was animated in like the Pokemon movie with like Lugia and Zapdos and all that, I was like, wait a minute, something different about this water here.
It took their
Like,
time with this water.
it ain't
Took their time.
especially in anime, bro. Like water be just looking so delicious.
It has to.
Like you're like, this is the source of all life for a reason.
I mean, the you can definitely tell in like One Piece, and that's kind of getting to the episode. The water, the ocean.
Yeah.
Like it
It's
goes
a
from like a
character.
still water to movement to.
Yeah.
I think once we get to Skypiea arc and we see that water for the first
Bro,
time, game changing water.
Game changing water.
Game-changing water.
Let's-
The
yeah.
drip is real, bro. Oh, I appreciate it. Nah, man, no.
One Piece. Let's get into it. Any more dad jokes? Might hurt myself.
Yeah, man. So clearly, we're talking about One Piece today. We've got a few topics.
First of all, the entire group has made it past the time skip arc.
I will give a fair warning. I was watching as Jay was watching, and sometimes we're not together, and he watches One Piece. So I've seen like...
I'd say you have seen a solid 3/4 of pre-time skip.
Yeah, that's true, because I have watched like
and
the beginning.
And now like post-time skip, when they have like gone back... We got a light gone out here in the studio. Everyone's reacting to it, just so y'all know. But as we have gone back, or as we have moved forward, there have been the flashbacks, right? And like the flashbacks have filled in a large majority of what.
It's really hot.
Oh, just take it out. We'll not worry about light.
A large majority of what Miriam has like needed.
Hey, we're good.
We'll
It doesn't look bad.
We will survive.
Sorry for the interruption. Continue, Jay.
Yeah, so I mean that I'd say between the recaps post time skip and the watching that you have partaken in over the course of the pre time skip viewing, then you would definitely.
Yeah, that's fair.
So, like I said before,
you put it together.
The entire room has watched at least 580 episodes at this point.
That's fair.
Combined, Ryan is on a week by week basis.
I am on
and
a week by
reading
week basis.
the manga on a week by week basis. Jay is at 898, almost at 900 episodes. Jeremy is at 560, 570. Miriam is caught in there somewhere.
Yep.
Awesome. But yeah, we're all at a great point that we can finally talk. We hint on it a lot of the times. We mention it on other episodes. But we can finally talk about at least the first 550 episodes of One Piece. That's everything pre-time skip, from meeting Luffy and majority of the crew all the way up to Brooks and Marineford and Impel Down. And yeah.
That's about right. Yeah.
Let's get into it.
All right. So
Favorite moments.
Favorite moments. So, I mean, the first time I think you talked about it, like the first time you meet Luffy is like when he pops out of the freaking barrel in like the most iconic fashion. And I think that's...
What an entrance.
I mean, it's for you to meet your main character in this way, I mean, I think it's just like
essential like pirate, first and foremost. My man is
stowing away on
someone else's ship.
On a random ship, and he has no clue where he's at.
He wakes up.
He took a nap. Because he's like, oh, I can't float. I can't swim, so I'm going to take a nap in a barrel.
We find out how he gets in that barrel way down the line, but we still figure out why he got in that barrel in the first place. But I mean, that from him, like meeting Kobe, and we seeing that like Luffy is just a pure of heart kind of kid who's just like, hey, if you don't want to be on this ship, just get off the freaking ship.
The fact that Homeboy is 17 at this point, like this is like the first time you meet him. He's like, oh, I'm 17. I've left my main island. Like everything is going. Like I can start on my plan.
My plan is to be
king of the pirates.
Yeah,
like, how you start with such ambition?
Hey Luffy, what are you gonna do with your life? I'm gonna be king of the pirates. How old are you?
17.
That Phoenix in the first place. Aren't you a little young to be king of the pirates? Yeah. All right. Go ahead.
You're like, cool.
Yeah.
And like he's so inspiring from like the way that he inspires Kobe from the jump. He's just like Kobe's like, Luffy's so cool, man.
I just want to be in the Marines, but Luffy.
Really though. So I think that's like one of my first favorite moments. I mean, like you can't like. I feel like it's just like one of the best introductions that you get to a MC like in anime. Honestly,
it's one of the most like joyous, I think.
Right.
It pops up and it's like, all right, cool.
Because everyone else has a tragic backstory.
Yeah, like Ichigo doesn't. Because he's just a really strong kid that likes helping people.
Sure.
That can see ghosts.
I would say like,
and like Goku.
But his grandfather's died.
I would say
yeah.
Well, I would also
but
say,
that's not like when you meet the first time you meet Ichigo, it's just him walking down the street.
Right.
Just like, I'm a high school kid. That's a ghost. Go away, ghost.
I was gonna say I would almost say the same thing for Izuku Midoriya in My Hero Academia. Like he's just walking down the street about to go to high school. Like he's in 8th grade with Bakugo, and like he's just walking down the street and he's used to everyone having powers.
But he wants powers.
Yeah, he wants powers, but it's nothing like tragic at this point.
I mean, it's tragic because he's like
you just kind of feel bad for him.
I mean, he's the 1%. Literally, like 98% of the entire world has a freaking quirk.
Some kind of quirk,
and he's like,
Syndrome
different.
would love that world.
Bruh, Syndrome would love that world.
So, he would be in. He probably wouldn't have quirks, but he'd be in that like the building.
Yeah, he'd be the tech.
Yeah,
He'd be all about it.
Yeah.
He'd be all about it.
And he'd probably be a hero.
He might
hopefully.
be.
I would hope so. Or he wouldn't, because he'd just be obsessed with All Might.
Or the fact that he doesn't have a
That or
quirk.
like if
He's like, why am I so different?
If Mr. Incredible was in that world with him, it was like, yeah, go home, buddy. He was like, sir.
Yeah,
sir.
With Syndromes, like he'd end up with one of the superheroes, so it would be like, no, you need to go home, bro. Like you're not supposed to be here. Best Genius or something like that.
I'd say I think there's a lot of similarities between Luffy and Midoriya, and just how like
personality
that, and like how they're both kind of like they're still the emotional center of their respective groups.
Yeah.
They both like have a lot of stakes behind them.
Yeah.
And like a lot of like there's a lot riding on Midoriya not screwing up, just like there's a lot riding on Luffy not scrowing up.
True. I think Midoriya is more aware of that, though.
Yeah.
Luffy
does. Well, Luffy's aware, but he doesn't care. Luffy wants.
He wants what he wants. His whole thing is freedom, right? Like he's like, I want
freedom,
to be,
and he wants it all. Like, and he says, and this does get said pre-time skip. So this is not a spoiler. Well, it's a spoiler if you haven't seen it. But he says that he wants to make a world where all of his friends can eat.
Yeah.
As much as they want.
Yeah.
And so that is what he is concerned about.
Yeah. That's exactly. And Midoriya is a little bit.
Midoriya is trying to worry about not breaking his bones. He
wants to be the greatest hero of all time, and that sense of justice is much more, is much heavier than being the king of the pirates.
But also physically, him trying not to break his entire body. Compared to Luffy, who can literally
who doesn't care if he breaks his entire body,
because he kind of can at this point with his devil fruit powers.
He can still
hurt himself.
Oh, he's vulnerable.
Yeah, he's vulnerable, but it's not as vulnerable.
Hit him real hard.
Yeah, I'm gonna say not as vulnerable as Midoriya. Midoriya, like he hurts himself.
Yeah. He's definitely much more. Yeah, I agree. Yeah,
he had to train himself up.
So are you saying that he has more at stake?
Midoriya?
Yeah.
Yes.
Cool. Yeah, Midoriya has more at stake because he's not as
he was a quirkless boy who ended up with the strongest quirk.
The quirk.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, like Luffy, I mean, he has a Logia fruit power, which is it's Logia fruit, right? Like because his body like transforms, right? That's
no. He is a he's a Paramecia.
He's a Paramecia type.
Logias are more like nature.
Okay.
Like Aokiji is a Logia.
Right.
Ace was
a Logia.
Blackbeard.
Kizaru. Blackbeard is...
I mean, he's something different now anyway.
Now, but at first.
No, Blackbeard is a Logia, and he has...
He has two.
He has two. I think he has a Logia and a Paramecia. Because I think the Dark Fruit was a...
Paramecia? Because like the Logia, that would be... Whitebeard because it causes the quakes,
the earthquakes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and so that would be more nature involved.
I know because you don't meet a lot of Zoan fruits until Enies Lobby, and then that is all you see.
Right. Friggin'
like every single one of them.
Like friggin' Rob Lucci with his damn
the
tiger, but like the whole homeboy gears. With like the giraffe. Kaku. That's the giraffe, man. Yeah. Like with the man. That moment had me shook. I was not ready for it.
I was like, "Dang, go be a shipwright." Nah, I'm gonna be evil. Come on,
right?
Come on,
right?
Fam.
Like help us build the ship.
Come on,
like,
fam.
I think that's the. I think that might be my second favorite. I think that's my second favorite moment for sure.
Which one?
Going Merry.
Oh,
the death of the Going Merry, man.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I know it's sad.
That
and
whole
I know,
like lead up to it,
but like the fight between Usopp and Luffy, man. Like that whole like, and then
I would say that's one of my personal favorite moments, even though it was a hard moment to watch. Was the fight between Usopp and Luffy,
right?
And Usopp, I mean, Usopp was gonna lose, but like the fight that he put up against Luffy,
like you didn't expect him to put up that much of a fight.
No,
exactly,
he was definitely a challenge at first
because
Luffy wasn't like. Luffy did not want to fight him.
Yeah, to say Luffy didn't want. That's why he was a challenger first, because Luffy didn't want to fight him. And then
he didn't think that he would come prepared.
It took one like real gum pistol for him to get put down.
Yeah.
And like you could tell Luffy was like, that was.
He still wanted to hold it back.
Yeah,
like
he
didn't twist up like as much as it usually would. Yeah, so
for sure, man.
But yeah, no, that's one of mine that like it hurt me, but it was like, damn, this is.
That's the one that I made the TikTok that I was happy as hell with. I was like, man, because I wasn't
Seeing
ready.
Mary cry after that,
I wasn't ready.
especially after you learn that chips can become sentient if they feel
If they're loved enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was
oh,
actually
no.
a part of the crew.
Yeah.
And it was building itself back up. And
Especially when like they're like giving it its funeral, and like then you see like you actually see Mary, and she's like, "Thanks, bye."
Bye. Peace. Peace.
the whole crew just sitting there bawling their eyes.
Yeah.
I'm like, God,
That brings us to one of my favorite moments is when they get the Sunny.
Bruh.
That like building sequence of Frankie and Iceberg and the
Iceberg.
rest of the shipwrights, where they're like, "We gonna build your super vessel," and they get it done. That brought a lot of joy to my heart.
and we're gonna do it for free.
Yeah,
And we're gonna do it
For free.
For free.
But Nami was just like, I'm sorry. What?
Well, I mean, like they spend like a solid amount of time trying to pay for a ship to get fixed
Yeah.
and
But
built.
also because
like,
they had all that money. Where did he get all that money from? Like all the gold and stuff.
it was
Well, it was at like those 3
it was
suitcases
a
or those 4
reward.
suitcases.
It was a reward,
was a reward from,
for
Skypea, wasn't it?
yeah,
from it was
Yes.
Skypea
Yeah.
because like they went to the native
they got
people's
stolen.
like gold,
And they were
city
like,
of gold,
hey,
basically.
just take everything that you can handle because
Yeah.
we don't need it. And
Bro, when he
the Canadian,
rang
look, the Canadians
bell
of the
at Skypea, when he rang the bell,
and you
at
see his shadow on
Skypea,
the ground.
and everybody hears it, and you're just like, "What the shit?" You know, I mean,
what is
like,
going on?
there are so many signs throughout
What is going on?
the like pre-time skip arcs that you see Luffy's greatness, right?
Yeah.
And you're just like, okay, so
I cannot stress to you how important that is.
Right.
That entire arc,
Skypea art.
Skypea.
so many people learn about him through it because of
Through
it.
it, like
Like
they-
you get introduced to Blackbeard's crew. You get introduced to Dressrosa, motherfucker. Like
Doflamingo.
yeah,
Yep.
Which was, I think that is, of like the pre-time skip moments, I think that is probably one of the most important, because that, like, you don't, until that point, you know that there are stronger people out there. Like,
Right.
you meet, like, you've already, like, you've seen Crocodile, like, that was cool, but, like, you don't, like, when you
you
start
don't know
getting
the
there,
levels.
There's, like, because Doflamingo would have dog walked Crocodile, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Just-
Oh yeah. Yeah.
and like getting to meet him and him kind of just like looking at these people that have been terrorizing like a town
And he's
just
just
being
casual.
like, all right, it's like I gave you a rule, you broke my rule.
Yep.
Y'all aren't worthy of this new era, which was great. And then meeting Blackbeard and him having that conversation about dreams, and you like he just sets it up. He's like, these are your. He's like, this is your protagonist. This is your
Yeah,
antagonist.
but it
Have
was
fun.
kind of cool because it was just like the kind of twist on it, because I didn't even realize that was going to be like he was going to be that big of a villain until he was like recognized as Blackbeard. And it's like, oh look, this big dude who's like actually supporting Luffy and Zoro. And it's like, hey, the era of new pirates and New World is still going to happen. Don't think about what Homeboy just said. You're good.
The part that starts to like foreshadow that is when they sit down and eat the pie. Mm-hmm. Blackbeard
On their
loves
opposite,
the pie.
yeah, and Luffy hates it.
the pie.
Yeah,
But the only thing that they have really in common is that they both believe in dreams.
Right.
And you can see like when he's like yelling about that on the street, and Luffy just kind of looks at him. You can tell that, and like Luffy is already like not happy because people are making fun of his dream, but you can tell that he's like, there is something not right about this man.
right.
And like you don't know, like he doesn't know why.
No.
But like you can tell,
There's
just
an air
Until we get to
about-
Marineford,
there's an
and
air
we see,
about
like,
him.
until we get to
until you
Marineford.
like find out more.
Yeah,
Like, oof.
yeah.
I think that
I'd say meeting Ace is my next. We
first
talked
time
about
we meet
Blackbeard,
Ace?
but the first time you meet Ace as like when he's like Ace.
Yeah.
talking about like it's Alabaster.
In
right? Like,
Alabasta,
that's the
yeah.
first time we meet
And
Ace.
you're like,
Like
that's your brother,
right,
Like, yeah.
right. And
Just
the
all,
lore,
like-
the lore of the brothers, like when
Yeah.
they start that,
Oh,
like,
man.
of him,
All three of
Sabo,
them.
and Ace,
Yeah.
which I just love that it's LSD. Can I just say that? Like it's
Luffy
like,
Sabo and wait, yeah, that was right.
And no, it's ASL.
ASL.
Not LS. It's
Yeah,
ASL.
it is ASL, yeah.
Which I think is
Hey,
also
Sabo and Luffy. Yeah.
yeah, but they're all like the D is there still.
Yeah.
The D is there.
The clan of the D is hilarious to me, but I'm a child, so it's going to be. I think meeting Ace, when we meet Ace and you knowing how, like, him just talking about how strong he is.
Yeah.
And then him just being an absolute nutcase and just being like, all right.
I'll fight
cool.
a whole crew. I'll fight
Right.
everybody at once. I don't care. I'll just fly around like a fire demon.
Which, like,
and
does
cut
end
your
up
ship in
costing him
half.
his entire life when Akainu turns him into a donut. But, like...
You
was
did not
wrong.
need to call
That
him
was
a
wrong.
donut. You did
Just
not.
because you're making a donut on Blender don't mean you need to be calling folks donut. That's just mean. But
I mean, he does. He literally does.
Bruh.
Hole in one.
Damn.
Ace.
Shut up.
I'm so sorry.
I'm so hurt with your lack of.
I'm about to put you in. You about to be in timeout.
Just because you watched it forever ago.
I've watched that recently.
I know that he's gone back and rewatched it. Literally, the
I need
amount,
you-
bro. Luffy's PTSD cannot be understated.
When I tell y'all, Jeremy sent me a Snapchat one night, like, of Ace breaking out, and it was the last thing of, like, that moment in the episode, of, like, right before Ace dies, when they have their, like, brotherly love. Ace is like, I'm free, and, like, he has his whole, like, fire moment in the sky. Jeremy sent me a Snapchat of Ace in the air. Was like, let's go, and I did not respond because there was just no way.
You know.
I know about 5 minutes later, and I'm so glad you stopped and did not end your night.
Emotional damage.
You end your night there, but I'm so sorry.
It wasn't the last thing you watched, because I don't know if I would have slept that night. I would have kept watching.
I
No.
watched it until I couldn't watch anymore because I went to sleep.
I feel you.
And then I don't think I'd take. I'm just saying that all down. At that point, yeah, no, that.
Emotional damage.
Yeah, that's how bad it was. But no, like I watched all the way up till that point that I snapped Brian. Then, like I probably watched until I couldn't watch anymore. Went to sleep. I probably didn't snap anybody until after all of that happened, all the shebang and the donut and everything. And
Okay.
it's like, what the hell is going on?
I mean, like you.
First, like
That's
that's
the
another
new
movie.
world shape.
Yeah.
The
But no,
new
but-
world starts to take shape, bro.
But to
in that moment-
throw back to like just the little moments that all congregate into one big moment. It's just Luffy casually mentioning who all of the men in his family are, and it's like, oh yeah, this is my brother who also happens to be one badass pirate for one of the badass pirates and all of
Crews
the
and all-
yeah.
the-
But then also my granddad who just so happens to be an admiral in the Marines, and then
Right.
also my dad who
Vice
is also
Admiral. He's not an admiral.
he is a vice admiral. He's a vice admiral of the Marines, but then also
he could have been an
He
admiral.
refuses
if he
to
wanted
be an admiral.
He
He
could have been.
But
hates the
also-
Celestial Dragons.
yeah, but also my father who was the leader of the revolution.
Like the greatness that's within him, and it's a lot like Naruto in this way, right? Like the greatness that precedes him is so apparent in
Yeah.
there, and it's like within his genetics to be a leader, to be a conqueror, to be a king. But
Hockey.
he never had them as positive influences in his life because he doesn't look at his grandfather as a positive influence.
I'd say he looks at Garp as a positive influence.
You
They
think
just
so?
they just follow.
He just-
He just wants to be a pirate, and Garp does not. Garp wouldn't have trained him.
This man beat his grandchild
No,
pretty
it was
freaking
love tactics.
vigorously.
He beat him with love.
Like, he was trying to make him strong, like the same way he treated Ace, because he knew Ace was Roger's son.
Right.
So he had to he had to make them as strong as they are.
Yeah.
Like there was no you could not be in that family, especially it being Garp, and he's already a target.
Sure.
So his family has to be ready to go at any time.
Yeah.
I hear you, but they don't have a good relationship. He ain't really
Also,
happy. But that's
no. He's not happy Luffy's a pirate.
and they're not happy. Luffy's not happy that his granddad's an admiral.
No.
Like,
Vice Admiral in
right?
Marines,
Like,
yeah.
But I think they love each other.
They respect each other and they love each other.
I mean, Garp
They
wouldn't
might
have
love each other, but they don't like each other. That's what I mean.
But also,
Isn't that most
Garp
families?
wouldn't have reacted. Garp didn't like his grandkids being pirates, but Garp also wouldn't have reacted like he did. And almost
At Marineford.
At Marineford.
When he was about to take down Aokichi? Akaigu, my bad.
Aokiji is the Iceman.
Yeah.
When
There's a lot of weird names. Okay,
when
yeah,
Sengoku had to stop him and be like, hey,
So, oh, you gonna slow down, my man?
now is not the
You're not
time,
gonna do
because
it.
Garp was about to murder Akainu.
Yeah,
he was going to be on a T-shirt. Like it's like Garp is like
forget a poster. He was about to be in the whole team.
Like it was
And you're talking about the point after Ace is dead.
after Ace is dead.
Yeah.
When Garp
Garp was about to
sees
run and was just like, no, I'm about to save
Garp
my
is like heading down there
I'm
to
gonna
put
save my
hands
other
on
grandson. You killed one, I'm about to
Kainu,
save
and
the other.
Goku's like, no,
Yeah.
you can't.
If you want to keep your position in the Marines, do not run any further.
Because
He was like, because I mean, you hear Garp say, like, when he was on the ground, he was like, I'm glad you're on me right now because he would be dead if you're not. Like,
Right.
and like you see, like, you even see Garp's reaction to Luffy coming in when Sengoku goes, Garp, it's your family again, and he's like, God damn it. He's like, it's not like a. He's like my family. It's just like why? Like why are you here?
go home, please. Just go home.
How about Luffy's entrance to Marineford though?
Oh, falling off that was great.
Out the sky, bro.
Holding the beam.
Like he's just like,
Oh yeah.
he just flies out of nowhere. I'm gonna save you, and Ace is like, same reaction as Garp. He's like, what are you doing?
Why are you here?
Of all people, Luffy, go home. Dear God, he's not knowing that Luffy
completely. He is not completely unaware because like he's like, I heard that you might have been at Impel Down when I was there.
Yeah, but also he doesn't know that Luffy has also at this point lost his entire crew from Sabaody.
No, not at all.
Pelego.
Not at all.
So that's also another moment that like that gets me is that fight.
Kuma like
Kuma.
boop boop boop. He just booping him on the nose.
The bear paws.
Gone.
Yep.
And Luffy can't. Luffy just like
Has to
writhing
watch
on the
Him
ground,
writhing on the ground is what gets me. That's
begging for him to stop.
Just
I'm excited for
just
them
has to watch it
and
happen.
it hasn't happened yet, but I'm excited for them to meet Kuma again and for them to be like, well, thank you, kind of.
right. Because
like the first episode after the time skip happens, like when they come up on the Kuma bot.
Yeah, and he's guarding the.
Yeah, what are the pacifistas? The pacifistas, like
his final order was to protect the ship,
which is just
costs.
the coolest shit.
Costs,
like the coolest, like 2 years of him just sitting diligently. Like you're not finna fuck.
He
with
all
this
like,
shit.
he
You're
all
not
busted,
finna
but he
fuck
also
with
all
Sonny.
busted up and everything after 2 years. So it was like he protected the hell out of that
People are
shit.
trying to.
steal
People
the
are trying to
ship.
take the Sunny, and I'm sure many a supernova tried to come and take the
Bruh,
Sunny.
I mean, this ship is made from the God Tree, and has like 5 different settings for how it works.
Well,
like,
it was 4 at that time.
The Kuda burst is one of my favorite things.
the best freaking thing that you could put
That
on a
was-
ship.
that
Like it
made me
makes so
so
much
happy.
sense.
Yeah.
It's just like, and it builds on the Skypiea thing.
I'm just saying,
It's
like, we're building
this is
on
where
everything that we've learned.
This is where we
Yeah.
were
Had.
inspired, right? Like this is like, oh, your ship flew. Wait a minute. Oh, we're gonna do it for real deal now.
We can control where it goes in the air.
Staying on Sabaody got 2 is meeting all of the meeting the entire worst generation
Yeah.
because they all get there at the same time with plot devices. But like getting to meet like Law and Kid and
Oh yeah.
like the rest of everybody, especially after like hearing about them and like them.
Yeah.
And all these people have over $100,000 berry bounties and all
Yeah.
that.
Well, it's just like these are
$200,000
your peers, Luffy, and like that's
Well, it's also funny because they're Ace's age. Like
Interesting.
Kid and Law are both like were rookies
20?
with Ace.
fascinating.
That just also shows you how strong.
what
Ace
level?
was.
There's different levels, you know, like.
they like had to work up to get to that point.
But
And,
all,
like,
I'm
Kid's
saying, but
always
all of
been
them
a
are like
menace.
20 though.
But I wonder.
that's the weird
I
part.
wonder.
Oh my god.
It really matters what devil fruit power at this point, like, between the 3 of them that they get, because that makes them kind of popular. Because Ace has like this fiery, like flashy devil fruit power. That
Yeah, but then Kid is Magneto.
yeah. right.
Yeah.
But
Kid is
like,
Magneto.
it's not as flashy because he can't like fly and stuff like that.
But him don't need to be flashy. Him just say, I'm gonna take all your weapons and use them as a hammer.
But I'm telling you that adds to the value that they have, like, right? Like Ace definitely has a higher bounty.
Oh
right?
yeah.
So like because of
I mean that's why Luffy has up a higher bounty. Well, Luffy is also just.
But
Luffy with his
it's
gum
cool
fruit.
meeting them because like you get the feeling that they're gonna be around and like they all feel important. It doesn't feel like.
I mean, I was ready for Kid to be more important than Law, and then not.
The Kid was originally supposed to be more important than Law, but everybody loves Law.
Interesting.
Kid becomes important again.
Okay.
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 Kid
what he
is,
did
Kid
in
is
the New
going to
World.
end up being like a pirate rival for Luffy.
That's cool.
That's kind of
That
where
makes sense
it,
though,
like,
because like
heads.
Law becomes the
ally, right?
Yeah.
Like
They're
there's
not
like they have
enemies,
the
but they're gonna fight
Sure.
like on site all the time. Like after One Piece is like the story is done and it is like continuing on. Like it is going to be. There's going to be stories of like encounters of the Straw Hat Pirates and the Kid Pirates.
Sure.
Just throwing down.
That sounds exciting.
And because I think that's because like it happens with the other Yonko, and like the other great pirates just fought each other.
Because like homeboy that's with the other pirate lord, the other emperor of the sea, one of the pirate emperors, Kaido, the one that's with Kaido that's hanging out with Law and all them. And and like with all the celestial dragons and everything. Yeah, him.
Apu.
Yeah, because like
and Hawkins.
Yeah, with the things on his eyes, like the triangles.
Yeah, but like in that like whole thing with Kid was like created to be like not the antithesis of Luffy because he's not a bad guy. He is a bad guy. They're all bad people. They're pirates.
Right.
But he was created just to like counter him in a different way that Kobe's going to counter Luffy.
I look forward to seeing how Kobe
that's gonna
happens.
be great.
How Kobe like comes back into the picture at some point. It's
The greatest glow up in all of anime.
Hockey.
Bruh.
The greatest glow up in all of
I
anime.
mean, he keeps glowing up too. That's the thing.
Got
Like
to.
he can like from the first episode to Impel Down, like where you see him, and then you see him again post time skip.
He went from like Luffy to Luffy. It's me. It's like.
Yeah. Like
Stephon?
Kobe and Luffy are gonna
straight up like
Kobe
Stephon.
and Luffy are gonna be what Garp and Roger were. They're just gonna fight and they're gonna try to kill each other, but it's gonna be like I like you.
Bye.
Shit. Like you saw when like they first meet and Luffy just punches him. And
Right.
it's not because he's like, oh, I'm mad at you. It's because you want to be a Marine. I'm a pirate.
I'm gonna
It's
be a pirate.
Just gonna
It's
be
what,
what it is.
it's what
I'm
it
just letting-
is.
I'm gonna set the
It's
boundaries with
mutual
you.
respect.
Yeah.
With understanding that we're different and we're against we're on the other side, two opposite sides of the coin.
But also speaking of punches, and like this is probably the next to last one before we move on to like characters and the other topic I can't remember.
I have one more too.
Yeah, but the hardest punch in anime history.
Bro, yes, thank you.
When he
for bringing
punches
it up.
him back to the manga,
bro, like the amount of racism that you're witnessing, and then this man just comes in and just takes him out, bro.
He said, "Hold on, you shot my boy, my octopus boy.
my boy.
You shot my boy."
Shot my boy, and that was.
And he
not
turned
it.
around. He was just like, that man warmed it up.
he hit that Henry Cavill from Mission Impossible.
But man, that punch, he was like, "What are you gonna do? You can't touch me. I'm a lord." Da, 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 da.
So when Octopus, he's like, Luffy, don't do it.
Right.
Please.
Luffy just said, "Shut up," and just went. Boy, that punch literally went back to the manga. Like,
It was so much justice in that punch.
Yep.
And I'm just like, this is what had to happen. We need these power structures to be broken down, and Luffy's finna do it. He's like, I don't give a damn about who you
Anything.
think you are,
I don't care who you are,
but you're not finna
You hurt my
mess
friend.
with my clique.
You hurt
better
my
not.
friend.
You're like, nah.
Yeah.
Which like also led to us meeting one of the other admirals, like the only other admiral that we hadn't met to that point, Kizaru. That light.
The lightning dude, the
lightning
light
pig
guy,
leg?
the light guy.
Light. He's
Yeah,
with the cool ass voice
man.
in it. Oh, hey, where my
That
nephew
was
at?
like, that
God.
led us to meeting him, which also led us to meeting Dark King Rayleigh.
Right, true. Because there's the mutual respect between them two. Because like they know.
I don't think that's mutual
Well,
respect.
Rayleigh
I think-
doesn't have respect for him, but
No,
like
but Kizaru, I think that's fear from Kizaru because Rayleigh is something serious.
I don't want to know what all he can do yet. 'cause,
Rayleigh?
Yeah, like man, he's just a G.
Rayleigh's-
He's the doctor, bro. Like,
Rayleigh's
you
an
know
old
he knows
man.
how to take somebody apart.
Rayleigh's just that wise old man that you don't mess with
No,
at this point.
No,
and you can
bro.
see like from as soon as he shows up, and Kizaru was like, crap.
I don't want that. Like I don't want to deal with that.
Like, he's the right hand of the king of the pirates. Like you know he's a problem.
Yeah.
You want to know why I was right hand man? You want to find out?
I think I'm just going. I know we got to move on to the next topic, but I just got to talk about Nothing Happens. When Thriller Bark, which is my least favorite pre-time skip arc, but it has the best moment in my opinion. Pre-time skip is when Zoro takes Luffy's pain
Bruh.
and just stands there, and Sanji comes by. He's like, "What happened?" He's like, "Nothing."
Don't worry about it.
Some
He
G
said, don't worry
shit.
about it.
It's some
Nothing
G
happened.
shit right
Oh.
there.
He
bro.
just sitting there.
He's just arms crossed.
No, like
I
no,
got
like
this.
no words, just silence and stoicism, and And man, it's just like I took this from my boy,
From my captain.
and people don't need to know. Like
I
no
honestly-
one needs to know.
I think that's why Kuma helped them. Because I think if Zoro hadn't taken it or like had died in that process, I don't think Kuma would have come back and been like, I need to send these people on their appropriate ways.
They
like,
need to
get
go where
stronger.
they need to go. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like. I think that was like a test for that, like that. Crew.
Right. Fair.
It's like he was like, all right. He's like, you want to?
Well, because that's still Kuma, right? Like that's
Yeah,
still the
that's
Kuma.
still-
Yeah,
that's-
he still has his
like, that's-
personality.
and he's still with the revolution, right? Like he's still that's
Yeah.
his.
That was like
he's
his
a
next.
warlord and a revolutionary.
Yeah,
Right,
that was his
right.
next to last moment before he went
Right.
to
So
get the
like,
experiment done.
Yeah.
you might be right
I think that was
because like that's like that
he knows
moment.
Luffy's dad, and I'm sure Dragon was like, he's like, put hands on him, but don't kill him.
Right.
Like test him.
Yeah.
Like I need to know like if my son's worth a damn.
Yeah, but don't,
because like
like-
he might be able to. I'm really interested to see how they're gonna like bring in the revolutionaries to it within the Wano arc.
Keep
And, like,
watching.
I know it's gonna be great, but like I need
They
them.
haven't gotten to animating it yet, but
Ooh,
keep watching.
I want
You're
them.
not even
I want them to
there.
team up. Like I need them to have a team up.
We probably a minute away from that happening. if I'm being, that's probably
because like
gonna
the
be
overthrowing
close
of the
to
world
end.
government is what's going to be central to everything. Like it has to happen. Like that's just like
Yeah,
it has to because
I don't-
like
but I just
for
don't
them
know
to
if it's
have the
gonna
freedom
end-
that they want. Like that's the
yeah. I just don't
penultimate
know if it'll be
aspect.
if that'll end this like series though, because I don't know if it'll end with Luffy and Blackbeard or. Because if it doesn't end with Luffy and Blackbeard, I'm fully expecting Luffy to come in and just stomp on every admiral, if he's already beat Blackbeard.
Okay.
At this point, just
At that point.
At that point, when
Yeah.
Luffy beats Blackbeard, nobody there's going to be a lot of people that are going to be hard pressed to touch him.
Well, yeah, he's freaking. It's got the dark fruit. Like that.
Like,
that's
it's gonna be-
that's some intimidating ass.
Yeah, but like if
Shit.
Luffy beats Blackbeard and then they have to fight the world government, he's going to look at Akainu and be like, "Bet, that's it." He's already it's going to be. It's like it has to come. I think that has to come first.
And Luffy's power is going to have to be awakened, right? Like that's going to be like the big
Yes.
part of this. Like it's
Well, he just has to have really good hockey because Roger
Sure.
didn't have a devil fruit. Roger just had a metric ton of hockey.
sure.
Like like Shanks, his whole crew doesn't have a devil
But was
fruit
like the
user on
dark,
it.
but was like the dark fruit a thing then?
Yeah.
Even
All the fruits are just
True.
like passed on from
That's true.
like person to person. So as soon as one person dies, their fruit gets placed
That's
somewhere
true.
else.
That's true.
That's how fruits people keep getting them. Like there was a Gomu
With Sabo and everything.
user before Luffy.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll find it and send it to you guys. But somebody did a really cool and it'll be until you guys catch up to this point to like the current where they are now. I'll send it to you because it's very much spoilers. But somebody did a really cool article about comparing One Piece and like My Hero and like powers and things like that. And
That
how
sounds fun. That sounds fun to look into.
It's cool.
Yeah.
Oh.
That sounds fun to
But-
look into. I'd read that. I'd read that conversation. I'd like to have that conversation actually on the show. That sounds fun. Like talking about power structures and
Debates.
Yeah. We could do a whole episode on hockey versus devil fruits, but
whatnot. Versus Key, because that would be fun too.
versus Ki
Versus Quirks.
versus Quirks
I'm saying.
versus Jutsu and Chakra.
Yeah, man.
Versus Chakra versus
That sounds tight. That sounds like a really fun.
the 7
conversation.
Dragon Balls and the
versus the 70. What were y'all's favorite fights before the episode 500 and something?
I think. I always have appreciation for the crocodile fight.
Yeah.
And that's just because Luffy gets really tested, and having to figure out like what he can do to survive, and
Having
like,
to use his blood to
yeah, and like just be smart about like the fight. He can't just like go straight into it. Guns ablazing. He's like, I can't really touch this dude unless I have water on me. So like that's pretty simple and figures it out. But the crocodile fight definitely got me more into the show because like you see some of his growth, and like you mentioned it to me before, and you're like you start to really see Luffy's growth through the Alabasta arc because he has
that's his first warlord that he takes down.
yeah, and so that fight.
And warlords are
Because like you're coming from the Arlong fight and you see.
Don't take all the fights. Come on.
I mean, but like I'm not saying that. But like you see the Arlong fight and then you go to the crocodile fight. It's like okay, Arlong was something, but like he wasn't like that deep as far as like the warlords go. Crocodile like presents an actual challenge because he fights Crocodile like more than once, right? Like that part too. Like
Crocodile almost kills him.
Yep.
yeah, like
Almost made him a
he got lucky. He straight up got lucky.
Yeah.
Like it was, or he was highly favored in the universe, basically. You know, like you.
Oh, I got mine. Luffy versus God.
Bro, yeah, man.
Luffy versus Slim Shady.
Yeah. No, but I mean, definitely that one. I mean, with, like, you got Slim Shady acting like, oh, I can defeat anybody because I can do anything I like. And then he never knew what the rubber was until he faced Luffy. It was like, what the hell is rubber and why can't I affect
funny.
it?
Yeah.
And
That
Luffy's
moment
like,
when his eyes popped out.
Yeah.
it's like, oh, crap. I lost. And
right.
yeah, so that was
right.
dope. That one, and then going back to the Arlong fight, Arlong versus Luffy, when like we pick up Nami, and that shit was just fucking dope. Because
He puts the hat on when he puts that. I'm
Hat on Nami.
so excited to see that in live
He's
action.
Like, I got you, boo.
I
I got you, boo boo.
the whole kick that like slammed down on Arlong, slamming all of Arlong Park down, and I was like, "Yep, this is
When he
this is
destroys
my
the map.
Zoro versus my boy, my octopus man.
yeah.
Like that part was in the Arlong fight. Like that
Yeah,
that was super dope.
Yeah.
Because like they're having to protect Luffy, who's part underwater at this point, and like
Holding
they're like
his
they
hand
stretched
up
his
above water.
head,
Yeah.
so you could breathe, but like you're useless, but so you could breathe at least.
Someone
and
help get this
Zoro's
man
like
out.
fighting the octopus dude, and like that was tight.
Say Zoro versus Mr. One as well.
learn how to cut nothing.
When he had to figure out how to cut steel. And he was like,
man.
if I can cut nothing.
I could cut steel.
That moment.
He grazed the
when
palm tree, and then
when he closes the sword and they're just standing there, I was like, oh, what? Like, and it was very quick, but it felt like 10 years. You're just like waiting to see like who's gonna
All the
throw up blood
fights,
first.
all the fights between the Straw Hats and the members of
Baruch Works.
Baroque Works are so short,
Yes,
but they
they're
feel
all
like they
so
take
good.
forever. Like Nami's
fight's really
Nami's
good.
fight,
Yeah.
and the first time you see her actually use the
weather stick.
the weather stick, whatever it's called.
The weather stick.
That's
The party favors.
well, I mean, that's like kind of the first time that you see her fighting acumen, right? Like you know that she's a great navigator and everything. But, you see,
Great meteorologist. At
but
this
like
point, too.
that's a fact.
the James Spann of
You also
the
had like
universe.
Sanji and Bon Clay during that as well.
Sure, yeah.
They're just
Dude, Mr. 3 and like Zoro and Nami and Vivi getting stuck in the cake.
That's a good fight.
Yeah.
That's a good fight.
with Miss Wednesday.
I think I do love the competition fight between the two pirate groups in the pre-time skip. What's it called? The dude was like,
Foxy something.
yeah, the Foxy Pirates. The Foxy Pirates.
that's fun.
That's all.
It
That's
was
another
fun.
moment
It was
just all the
honestly just
laughs and
fun.
all
It
the
was
like
fun.
voices of like all these other off the wall characters, like the giants from the prehistoric island.
Oh man.
I'd also say Blackbeard versus Magellan in Impel Down. It's very short,
Yeah, it is short.
but Magellan's like, "Who are you?" And he's like, "I'm Blackbeard." And Magellan's like, "Okay, poison."
Bruh, the fight
Luffy
between
versus
Luffy and Magellan,
Magellan.
like how Luffy gets murked, like straight up. But it was
Luffy died. Luffy has
Luffy
died
died.
multiple times.
He got-
multiple times
bruh,
in the first half
Bruh,
of the
like
episode.
to see him come back
Luffy
to
is a cat.
life, and he's like, "I need food."
Meat.
Yeah, no, that was good. Those were great.
Can we appreciate Oda being ahead of his time with the transgender island and the transgender women and the Impel Down? And that was just dope. And it was just
That was
really
really
funny.
cool.
But also it was kind of funny watching basically Sanji running for 2 years.
Yeah.
like moonwalking.
And how to
He had to
Airwalk.
This is how he learns to airwalk. He's like, I can walk on air.
It's like, I'm tired of running horizontally. Let me try running vertically at this
Bro.
point.
Also, Luffy versus Bluno.
Yes. When he applies second gear
Gear
for the first
2
time.
for the first
Gear 2
time.
for the first time, and he hits him with a bazooka. And Blue Note just stands there. He's like,
He's like, all right, I'm gonna use gear 3.
I
Right.
love
He said
the
Gear 3?
side effect for Gear 3 for like months.
him just being small.
so itty bitty, like it's super adorable.
All right, I'm back to normal.
I'm all about like the side effects for that one.
in the movie, I think it's Z. They joke about it, and he's like,
Yeah.
"This sucks."
It's like I'm over this.
It's funny because he does go from like gear 3, punch, deflate.
All right, I'm out here.
It was like Kaku versus Zoro, giraffe.
Yeah, man.
Why is your nose so square? It's not square.
When he turns his neck into a sword, and they are like going at it, and I thought that
was deep.
was cool.
And like the battle with all of
CP9.
CP9 is just
Man,
top tier.
Yeah.
It's top
all the way
tier.
leading up. Oh, not even leading up. Just like before the battle, just Robin. Her most the most
Vivi's
iconic line that we
replacement.
all. Yeah, the most iconic line I think we all have from the
That's
first
my
500 episodes is "I don't want to die, I want to live."
I want to
It's
live.
my favorite moment. It's my favorite moment pre-time skip. Bar
Robin
none.
is an OG.
Just
And
like
It's the lineup because
Yeah.
you don't get Oda doesn't do a lot of Straw Hat lineups.
no.
see, we got the lineup with Vivi when they were leaving, and then we got the lineup on when
Yeah,
they-
the
lineup
friendship
on Annie's
moment.
lobby before Sniper King
Then
burns
you
the
get
flag.
like one in Fishman Island, and then you don't get another one until episode 1000
Jesus.
because they're all apart for the rest.
because they're all
of it.
apart. Yeah, like,
Like
you
they're
don't-
just all scattered across the
not
the
like
world.
not as dramatically as they were pre-time skip,
Oh, I was
but
about
they
to
split
say.
the crew.
No, like you get groups of 4.
Yeah,
Oh,
they all go
okay.
out and to do different
Like
things
they've got
to
mission A,
achieve
mission
a
B,
goal, and they're like, "We'll reunite in Wano,"
and that's when it happens.
and then they reunite in Wano.
Separating them.
Yeah, dude, they separate for a hot second, and it is sad because you're just like, I want them.
But
all
it's
together.
story-
just got 'em back.
But it's perfect. No, it's perfect. It's
It's good.
perfectly well done.
We
'Cause,
just
like,
got him back
Dressrosa is about to happen for you.
one day.
This is just a random little factoid. They've been together for 9 months.
That's what it is.
Total time 9 months.
That's what it is. No, well, 2 years and minus the two. They've been together.
Together, time has been 9 months.
Yeah.
And this is like from the beginning to right now.
Yeah.
The total time the entire crew has been together has been 9 months.
Yeah. Over 20 years.
Over 25 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's worth mentioning.
I think it's cool. I think like Oda does these little like SBS things in the manga where he just answers questions and he draws the Straw Hats like 40 years down the line, like at age 40, at age 60.
Oh, fascinating.
And it's cool watching him, like his interpretations of what everybody's doing, and like
That's cool.
Like for the good timelines, and they're all like, "Man, I miss like." He draws Usopp, and Usopp's like, "Man, I really miss them." And it's like it's cool because like he's like you see the Roger pirates all just kind of disperse,
Right.
and so it's kind of cool to see that the Straw Hats do the same thing, and it's like they're all still alive in the good timeline, which is great.
Good. Very good.
Like Chopper cures all disease. And it's like fantastic. You see, like they've all achieved their dreams.
I need Usopp just to be a writer and a storyteller.
I think Usopp's the narrator.
I think that's fair.
That makes sense.
I think it is like this is him telling the story like years down the line
Right.
after.
I like
they
that.
Is
theory.
it telling it
I
to
do like
either
that
like the
theory.
village
He
that
goes back and
he
he's
goes back to his home
recount-
village.
yeah.
You're right. I like that theory a lot.
It's like his like grandkids.
right.
Or
Because like
something. And
he
he's
wasn't
just like,
there for some of it, and like this was the fight. This is what
Yeah,
happened.
this is like what happened. And they're like, "How do you know?" I was there.
I was there for all of it.
He's the greatest storyteller of all time. I mean,
like
yeah.
every lie he's told has come true. Every single lie that he tells has come true.
He does become the captain of 50,000 men.
Captain of 50,000 men fights a sea serpent. Like
Yeah.
everything he says has come true.
Yeah.
So I think Usopp is like this.
It'd be
is
cool.
like
It'd be
him
cool. Like at
recounting.
the end, we do see like an old Usopp.
That
and it's like,
happens pre-time
Grandpa-
skip, doesn't it?
Yeah.
The commitment of the 50,000 men, that's pre-time skip, right?
No.
No, that's post-time
That's
skip.
post time skip.
Oh.
No, but
it's
it would be cool.
Barely post time.
Yeah, I know, right?
But it would be cool. Like
That's Dressrosa, though.
end of all One Piece.
Dressrosa.
We get to like Usopp back on the island, and he's an old man, and it's like one of his grandsons is like, "Grandpa, you were never a pirate. I don't know what you're talking about." And you just see like Sonny just roll up with Luffy and everybody just sitting there. It's like
Luffy just walks up to
Usopp,
him.
are you coming? And it's like, yeah, Captain. And it's like, What?
One of my favorite drawings.
Theme song
that
players.
Oda's done. He did a drawing of like a 6-year-old Luffy, Zoro, and Sanji just standing on top of a hill, just like looking down. And they're like, and people are like, it's the Straw Hats. Like, oh no!
Oh my god!
And they're all just like up there, like, ooh, let's terrorize people.
Oh my god!
But they're all like old, like
60 years old,
like a beard, and they're all just like, let's do it.
That's funny.
You see Zoro working on like 9 sword style.
I need him to tell me what Brooks gonna look like. Is he still alive? Is Brooks like
Brooks
just,
is a skeleton?
He's just still a skeleton.
He's just a
It's
skeleton.
just even more skeleton than he currently is.
I'll after
He's on
we
his
get done
18th
recording,
tour.
I'll show you the like
Yeah,
the head
please do.
drawings. It's
Please
really
do.
really cool. But it's like getting to see them like achieve their dreams, and
That's cool.
like throughout this is really really nice.
That's cool.
I think my favorite moment is how you dough everybody's dream, and you're like, Luffy wants to be king of the pirates. And he's like, no, I just want my friends to eat.
Right.
He's like, I just want everybody to eat and have a good time.
I'm waiting for Sanji. I hope we get to see the
All blue.
The all blue.
I think so.
Yeah,
I don't think we get to spend very much time there.
Yeah.
But I think it'll be like a after the fact sort of like,
Moment.
where are they now?
Sanji's
gonna be.
at the
What
all
do you
blue.
mean? He made
greatest
us all
chef.
blue when he saw the mermaids for the first time on Fishman Island.
I mean, that was
This is my all blue.
that was a moment for him.
Yeah.
That man died. He did die. He got that blood transfusion.
Bro.
This
Man.
is my all blue.
Bro, he just couldn't stop like with the nosebleeds. It was ridiculous.
I'm glad that nosebleeds actually had repercussions in an anime.
Yes.
For what?
For once.
Jeez, man.
Well, the rate at which they've occurred.
People say Chopper was just like, if he keeps doing this, he's gonna die. It's like, oh man, we don't need that. But I feel like we can go on and on.
I feel like we can go on and on.
We can go on.
I mean,
1,000
you can.
episodes
It's
worth.
just 1,050 some chapters right now.
Shit,
He
but we're-
said 3 years.
But what we're gonna do now is take a quick break, and then we'll be right back with the weekly blurb. Be right back, guys. Thanks so much.
It's time for the weekly blurb.
Good job for me. So everybody, have mercy. I know.
The one he wanted to sing.
That's what me. Yeah.
Na 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 na.
It was on beat.
Are you recording? Oh, cool. I wasn't sure if we were doing it, but welcome back, everybody.
Welcome back. Woo, it's time for the weekly blurb.
Where we talk about
blurb.
hashtag all the things.
all the things.
Whose turn is it?
Turn is it.
It's been a while, so I don't know if we
It's been 2 weeks.
I think we can reshuffle.
we can reshuffle. All right.
Rock, paper, scissors. First one to win.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, go. 1, 2, 3, go. 1, 2, 3, go. Gotcha.
I'm first. Or
I think I won, so I go
okay.
first.
Yeah.
Let's
Okay.
do that. So okay. Well,
Mine is more appropriate to end on.
yeah, because I mean yours is like much more relevant anyway, and I kind of want to just like tell everybody about what I've been doing.
What you been doing, Jay?
Bro, I've been watching Doctor Who
Why have you been watching Doctor Who?
because my girlfriend told me to.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, which is true. Yeah, my girlfriend told me to. She's like,
Yeah, I did. Well, I made
We got
you
a
watch
fourth
it.
Whovian in the building now.
I'm a long-standing Whovian. I've been watching it. Well, I watched it live. I stopped watching after Matt Smith.
What were the new names? Like they redid Whovian. It wasn't the fan name wasn't Whovian at one point.
I feel like you
It's
can't.
always been Whovian.
It always has been Whovian, but like there was at one point where it was like it was kind of millennials, but also like Gen Z. They wanted to rename it when Doctor Who was like popular in like the late like
2000s.
like 2018, 2019. Doctor Who got popular and relevant again, and they renamed it to
wasn't watching
something
it at
else.
that
Wasn't
point.
either.
Yeah, it was weird. It was like Hoovers or something like that. It was something weird. And I was like, it's Whovians.
That's there's some innuendo there, bro.
I don't know. Like I said, I don't know. They said it was another name, and I was like, STFU,
I mean,
it's
you
Whovians.
can't really call them like the Who's because like that's Dr. Seuss.
but that's
No,
also
that's
a
also
band.
the band. The Who's.
Who?
Well, I know who the Who is,
And the Who's.
and do they call their band like Click the Who?
I don't know if fans identify as the Who's, but that'd be a good name for them.
The owls.
Anyway, what arc are you on?
Well, I have now seen 2 doctors. I am on David Tennant's Doctor.
Yee.
I have been through 3 companions: Rose Tyler, Martha, and Donna. So
Shout out Martha.
Shout out.
I
Martha.
love Martha after she's the companion, because I don't like how they wrote her as a companion. I felt like it was very much trying to
Her
be
first season as the companion, yeah.
yeah,
season
like
3,
it was.
for sure.
I'm like, you're trying to be Rose, like, and you're clearly like
Rebound.
clearly a rebound.
Absolutely a
And
rebound.
I'm like, this is. I feel like the worst way we could have used a black female companion. I'll be honest.
Especially
I'm
the
like,
first one.
I think it could have been worse.
It could have definitely been worse.
But like,
It could have been worse.
sure, especially because of the time, right? Like, I'm thinking about that, but like in today's context, I'm like, yeah, it's still pretty freaking bad. But I love how Martha has progressed. I've really have enjoyed that. So I kind of want to just talk about the journey and like how I've gotten to really appreciate the 2 different doctors that I've.
How'd you feel about Malekith being the Doctor?
He didn't have enough heart, bro. Like, and David Tennant has enough heart. Like,
That's a whole like story and lore.
He
about
got
David
one
Tennant.
season, and they did
did.
him real dirty,
Yeah.
And he didn't like it.
and he did
left.
not have a good time.
And he left.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was also like, I can be in movies, and then he went to go see Thor: The Dark World, and it was like, ooh. Yeah.
Also
he
did
was
not have a
Malekith,
good
the dark elf.
That was way later, though.
It was later enough, but it was just like when people were watching it, like a lot of people who watched
I watched
when
it.
gained
I started
popularity.
watching Doctor Who like around the same time that Thor: The Dark World
yeah.
came out.
Okay.
'Cause
That was in 2005.
I didn't start watching until like well into like the first episode of Doctor Who I saw was one of Matt Smith's Christmas episodes. Just because I was
And I'm
bored one day.
I'm coming up on Matt Smith's Doctor Who.
We are
Doctor,
nearing
right?
the
Like,
end of season 4 into the specials of
yeah,
season
so
4.
like I'm watching.
Those specials were good.
They are
too.
they're movie
And they lead
quality.
into
It
him.
was like the time of the
Apparently
Doctor,
they
the day of
do
the
it-
Doctor, all of those.
Because like David Tennant or Doctor just got shot by a Dalek in the war, and he's regenerating. So
Yep.
we just finished that
You're at a real
episode.
big cliffhanger.
Big cliffhanger, and so I'm gonna come back and watch the specials, and then I'm gonna
Exterminate.
yeah, man.
Exterminate.
But I've really just gotten to appreciate like the storytelling, and like
Plunger.
Miriam like got me into watching it because she's like, you want good long-term live action storytelling, this is it. And I'm like, yes, this is
Got
everything.
Like 60 years of content now?
Sure, right.
Over
Like,
60 years
well,
of
we're not
content
watching the OG. We're not
OG,
watching.
some of the OG episodes are fun though.
They are. The OG was fun for what it was at the
For what it
time.
was.
And I mean, I'll go back
Especially
and
the later
rewatch
of
like
the OG.
I'll go because like it's in black and white and stuff like that,
Well,
right?
not
Like,
the later of the later, but the later of the
Like
early, but
6 through 8 are in color.
in color, yeah.
Okay.
But like 70s color. So
cool.
it's,
I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
I'm cool with that.
But
I
also,
still want-
like, I think it's like it's either 4 or 5 or 6. They're actually the father-in-law of David Tennant.
Tenant, yeah.
It's a whole.
Yeah, he makes
Oh,
a couple
wow.
of reappearances
Yeah.
like, later on.
Yeah, in
That's
the
it.
next yeah, the
Oh,
next-
cool.
And it's
Cool.
like it's
Well, like, there's a lot of
cool
moments-
it's like look
Well,
at this
and-
old man.
Well, like
but
there's
like,
a
if
lot
you
of
know
moments
it,
that like
it's
I
really
feel
Oh my
like
God, it's
that
an
they
old
did that
doctor.
through the
Yeah.
show. Like
Well,
they
they're
brought back all of
currently-
the OG cast
They're
members in
cur-
different
what's
ways.
great is they're currently filming the 50th anniversary special.
Right.
Bring it back.
Which is literally they're bringing, and it's like every day they're announcing like somebody else who's coming back.
This isn't 50 because 50 we were in.
That
high
was the Day of
school.
the Doctor, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was.
Oh, that was the 50th.
That was Day of the
This is
Doctor.
This is
the
like-
60th. It's the
yeah,
60th.
60th.
It's the
Yeah.
60th anniversary.
I saw Day of the Doctor in theaters.
Yeah.
I wish
That
I
was-
saw it in theaters, man.
That was a great time. It was like after it had premiered. Like I watched it at home when it premiered, but they
I
did
watched it on my tablet at one of my old jobs, and I was still just like,
I'm
dear
like
God,
that
this is
we're
amazing.
bringing back what's the companion from the previous Doctor?
Sarah Jane.
Yeah, Sarah Jane. Like I'm getting to know her. And a
She
lot.
had a whole show.
She did a spinoff show.
with the dog.
Oh, with
the
the
dog.
dog.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, when we were watching the first time she showed up, I told you that.
you
Yeah.
did.
Talk about a backdoor pilot.
But pour one out for Alfie, man. He just passed away recently.
Yeah,
RIP.
man.
I know. We had yesterday.
Yeah, and we're like, and I'm like, these episodes
He's
that I'm
in
in
it
right now
now,
are like
yeah.
super heavy him.
Yeah.
Like he's very much like a part of the conversation because like he's Donna's grandfather.
Granddad.
Yeah, and so
I had a TARDIS onesie. There was a time.
I had it
That's
all.
dope. That's dope.
Ainsley has it now, but like, yeah, I was a hoovy in. Like,
I mean, I'm in it,
Dr.
man.
Who.
Like,
was
I have
Trying to find me a
I-
screwdriver. What you mean?
I
It
have
was a
full on,
personality
like, I
trait.
have cried, like, in a couple episodes. Like, I'm, like, invested in the
Yeah.
character
I
development.
was so happy
here.
that I had like my mom found me a tweed jacket, and I was like, "Oh my god, this is dope!" And
I had like the
wasn't even for
phone
the Doctor Who
case.
stuff.
My background was like on my phone.
Was the TARDIS?
Was it? Well, and the password was like Bad Wolf. It was a whole thing.
There's a
Wow.
picture of-
Wow,
This-
we
and then
went
middle
deep.
school. In middle, yeah.
There's a picture of Ainsley and I from one of the Pi-Fi parties as the TARDIS and the Ninth Doctor.
Nice.
I'm just
She took
convinced
my screwdriver because I would just.
that if I had
made
gotten
sounds.
this, I never would have watched Power Rangers, like, at all. Like, I really do envy the fact that Miriam watched Doctor Who as a child, right? Like, getting to watch this really great and wholesome TV show with some awesome, like, characters. And it's in a continuity. It's
the
like
face
banner.
of
It's not
Bo.
episodic.
Oh,
like,
the face of Bo.
When you find out
That
that Jack
reveal-
Harkness
That
is also
reveal!
the face of Bo.
and they make it so quick. They're like, yeah, they call me Face of Bo. I'm like,
you're
wait
like,
a minute.
Have you
Wait a minute.
You should watch the videos of them like talking about the first time that they read that.
Yeah.
And how,
Okay.
like,
Okay.
John Barrowman hadn't read the script yet, but David Tennant read it first because he's
David Tennant.
that
Yeah,
kind
he's
of
it,
actor.
yeah.
And like Randu's like, "Did you read it?" And he was like, "No." He's like, "Read it right now." And come find it.
Dang.
It was
That's
cool.
dope.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's my journey. I'm on it.
Get ready to cry some more.
going.
Yup.
I'm invested.
Van Gogh, baby.
I'm invested,
Oh.
bro. Like, I'm fully
Best
invested in this journey.
television episode ever
will-
of any
Happy
TV
to,
show.
like, once I hit some more milestones, I'll be happy to bring it back to you and let you know what's going on.
For sure. I remember I stopped watching after Matt Smith.
Same.
Me too.
I watched like 5 episodes of Capaldi, and then I just kind of.
Because
Well-
Matt Smith
trailed off.
he regenerated 2014, like Christmas 2014.
Yeah.
I was like, that was after my freshman year. That was like halfway through freshman
Yeah.
year, and was just going through it, and then like watching that Christmas
That
special.
hit-
I watched it
different.
alone in my dorm.
And I sat in my basement and sobbed. I wept. It was.
Yep.
I feel that. I feel
so
you.
sad.
I feel you.
He was the first Doctor that. This is really ranty, but he was the first Doctor that I encountered because all of my friends at the time were watching it, and I didn't. They're like, "You should watch it," and I was like, "Fine." And so I found it on BBC America, and it was one of his episodes, and I was like, "This is interesting." And then I found it on Netflix and started from there, and it was like, "This."
You know, like, the best appreciation I have right now for it is like the CGI effects that have just like endlessly gotten better.
Yes.
But at the time, we're also on the cutting edge, and I'm
Yeah.
just like, that is my man. It gets me hyped.
Did you enjoy Blink?
Don't
The
blink.
Weeping Angels.
Oh.
The Weeping Angels.
Had me messed up, bro. Like, had me all the way messed up.
Sally
Man.
Sparrow.
Those
Sparrow,
Weeping
man.
Them
Angels
freaking Weeping
were-
Angels.
Oh, that episode is gut like chilling.
Yeah, it
hate
is.
I
Yeah,
hate it.
Yeah, it is. It's eerie. And like then they siege, and like how he beats them. Like that's what gets me. Is like, oh, they're all
What about
looking
the
at each
Ood?
other.
Look past the Easter
I started
eggs.
The
watching
Ood, man. The
junior
Ood
year.
are man. That's heavy.
That episode is
The
sad.
Ood is
The
so
singing,
sad. Like
the,
it's
the singing.
yeah, that one was heavy. Season 4 is just heavy. Like it's really getting
Because
into
somebody
a lot
knows
of
that
it.
they're saying goodbye, and they don't want to say goodbye, and you'll see once it gets to that last episode before he says goodbye.
Okay.
I love how Matt Smith is my favorite Doctor, but one of my favorite moments is when they're like, David Tennant's about to regenerate, and he just regenerates into himself.
Yep.
They're like, just kidding.
Hey,
Oh, that's happened. Oh, rip. Just kidding.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know what
What?
you're talking about. I missed it.
Never mind.
There's a fun theory though, but not really a theory, and this is close your ears.
You can't listen to your
My
own
weekly
podcast.
blurb. Y'all can do it on your own time.
No,
Wait,
so,
no,
no. So y'all know the I mean, you know his catchphrase, his current catchphrase.
Allons-y.
Yeah. Don't say his last line, but what's his last line? Mm-hmm. And what's Allons-y in French? Let's go. Yeah.
I knew that, Mark. I don't know that.
Okay. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. You done?
I can't bring nothing around.
That's why you can't talk to them about it. We have to keep it sacred.
Can't take nothing to y'all.
Sorry.
I haven't I've been so good about just letting him watch it.
Yeah,
Doctor
but you
Who
don't
is
know-
my
you don't know what we
personality
said.
for a bit, so I apologize for getting like
No, it's
overzealous.
It's okay.
But you don't know what was said.
You don't.
I
Anywho,
kept my secrets. LOL. Anywho. Moving on. Anywho. Punny.
Now we're about to get. I have to catch up. We're about to get a black gay doctor.
I
about
know.
to get
That's why
black-
I'm watching it with him.
I gotta watch
I need
so
to catch
much.
up too. Yeah.
Because I was like, all right, I'm gonna watch
He's
this.
actually a doctor too. Like he has his doctorate.
No, he
No,
doesn't.
he was the actor. He was on Sex Education.
Yeah, he's got his doctorate. in,
Does he really?
Yeah, he has his doctorate in like fine arts or acting. Yeah.
That's cool. Shout out education.
up.
Shout out education. Please hold while we research.
I will say I was watching Sex Education like the day that they announced that he was going to be the new doctor, and when he said like his very bad moment in this newest season.
Yeah.
After what's his name doesn't say I love you, and he's like that is bad. Very, very bad. I was like, he's gonna be a
Good
great doctor.
I know.
He's an honorary doctorate. That's a doctorate.
Yeah.
Still a doctorate.
Yeah, honorary.
Awarded honorary doctorate because. Oh, hold on. Cold box.
An honorary doctorate is like saying I played in the NBA because I played basketball in Phillips Arena one time.
No, not at all.
Yeah, so Gatwa was awarded an honorary doctorate degree from his old drama school, the Royal Conservatoire of Scotland.
I
At
mean,
a
something. I
graduation
don't care what
ceremony.
y'all say.
I don't have one, so I'm not gonna say shit.
I'm gonna talk shit because I don't have one.
Also, same.
Yeah. Give me an honorary doctorate, and I'll be like, yeah, it's a real doctorate degree.
Right.
My bachelor's.
Exactly. I bet you be saying it's a real doctorate.
I just don't got one, so I'm gonna be a hater
Same.
till I get it.
Jeremy, what's your weekly blurb?
Yeah, I'm just kind of.
Make it quick.
Would you like to go last? Because I have one.
Go ahead.
Yeah, so we watched this movie called Incantation.
I'm done. Nope.
It's on Netflix.
Nope.
It's a Taiwanese dubbed film.
Nope.
It is for those who really like a horror movie. It is chilling.
Yeah, they say it's horror movie for the horror movie watcher.
Like when I was finished with it, I was like, oh. But I haven't stopped thinking about it. So I think that's one of the reasons why it's good. Because I'm still thinking
I am
about
not
it.
gonna watch that
Nope.
movie.
You don't need to. It's okay.
Nope.
I'm not gonna make you. But it
I'll
yeah,
claim it.
it was
I'm a little
bone
bitch.
chilling.
I'm not doing that.
That's okay. My other blurb is: have y'all fucking looked at the Keebler Elf lately? Yeah.
As we all get on our phones currently.
I was at my parents' house yesterday, and my mom has a box of, those cookies, the zebra cookies with the whatever. And I'm
Right,
like,
by Keebler.
by Keebler. What the fuck did they do to the Keebler Elf?
Hey, this is in the NSFW episode.
Well, what the bleep did they do to the Keebler Elf?
Made
Because
in 3D.
he looks.
This is up there with Chuck E. Cheese getting
I
redesigned.
agree.
This is bad.
And that's the OG, right?
He was so cute,
And that's what it is now.
and now he looks.
Scared. Oh no! You know what he
But-
looks
but
like?
No, he got some hoes.
I was about to say he looks like. You remember like those old like Rudolph claymation?
Yeah, but-
Yeah,
movies?
he does.
It
But they
looks
look like-
they tried to do.
They look
that.
like in 2008.
Yeah.
It looks like in 2008 they decided to redo Rudolph, and he's one of the characters because
it's the Smurfs live action, the first
yeah.
one.
Oh yeah,
Ooh.
yeah. Ooh,
I forgot we got live action Smurfs.
Yeah, we got two of them. I didn't hate it. I enjoyed it.
I saw
but
the
we got
trailer
it.
and did not watch it. But anyway, R.I.P. the original, the older Keebler Elf, because the new one is
got
just.
I was just shook they haven't burned out that tree.
Ryan, do you have a? blurb?
A weekly blurb?
Yeah.
No, we talked about One Piece today. I'm good.
He's had his fill.
And now Jeremy, last but not least.
It's very dark.
It looks like y'all are Rule 34 and over there, and I
No.
don't like it. Yep.
Should be.
Gosh.
Bernie Sanders meets Keebler Elf.
What
That's
year?
not Bernie Sanders. That is Jeff Sessions.
That is Jeff Sessions.
Sessions.
It is Jeff Sessions. Yep.
Show the camera again.
Racist Keebler Elf. That was literally
Hold
the
on.
title.
Yep, that is Jeff Sessions.
He does look like the Keebler Elf.
Oh, that's-
He does. He does, in fact, look like the Keebler Elf.
All right, let's not hold off from the inevitable because something made us all cry this past 8 days. And that was one trailer that came from San Diego Comic-Con. First of all, San Diego Comic-Con came through with the Marvel at San Diego Comic-Con came through with the come through. coming from the Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania trailer. Those
Oh,
trailers.
I missed that one. I'm gonna have to check that one out.
It got
they haven't
leaked.
put it on YouTube yet.
It's leaked. It's been leaked.
Not well, kinda, but like not really.
All
But
right.
we do see like
I'll wait.
apparently the main villain in that is going to be MODOK.
Cool.
Like, we got a live action MODOK, which is also theorized is going to be Darren Cross from the first movie, and that he got his head like really big from being in the quantum realm for so long.
Oh my gosh.
And so his head's gonna be big, but his body's gonna be normal, and that's how they're gonna put him in a suit. That's the theory.
Oh, okay.
And I'll be excited to see that.
All right.
But also,
All right. This is just a side note. I want Scott Lang to die.
I feel like that's gonna have to happen because it's the kickoff of Phase 5. So I feel like that's gonna have to be
I think Scott Lang has got it because we'll all be really sad if they kill Paul Rudd.
Yeah.
And I feel like that'll just be the easiest way for them to get emotional
yeah.
investment
Buy-in.
in Kang as a villain.
and I mean that's literally
erases Ant-Man.
At the end of the leaked trailer that we see from Comic-Con, it's Kang. Like we do see Kang is not in his full makeup yet,
Right.
But he says, "Have I killed you yet?" And then it just ends, and then the trailer ends. So
Damn, Jonathan.
yeah.
Jonathan Majors is about to.
Oh, he's about. Ooh, we're gonna get a masterclass of villainy from this man.
I'm
It's gonna
excited
be
for him.
insane. It's
I have
gonna
not
be
been this
really-
hype about a villain
gonna be really
since
good.
Ultron.
And the thing is, we're
that
gonna see
scares me.
We're gonna see so many versions,
gonna be
but we're gonna
good,
see so many
man.
versions of
gonna be
Jonathan
so
Majors as
good.
Kang.
It's
It's
gonna
going
be
to be
so good.
It's
interesting.
gonna be great.
Yeah.
It's gonna be so good.
So there
They
was
can't.
those.
They can't. They just have to do it right because they wasted Ultron, and
Yeah.
that hurt me.
I mean, we can
know,
do an
so-
episode where we just kind of rebuild the MCU and from there because I would like to see a. They should have done.
Can
a
we
whole, like,
can we do an episode where we get
Yeah,
to rewrite
'cause
the
they
MCU
should've-
from the
'cause they
beginning?
should've
Because
done
I
like
would
a whole,
love
like,
that.
We'll have to prepare. I'll have to prepare for
it'd
that
be a
one.
whole preparation, but like just a quick sidebar. Like they should have done a whole like 5-episode arc of Ultron being the big bad before he got higher ups.
Oh.
But yes,
Well, I'll save it, but I'd
Yeah.
have a. Oof. Ultron is my favorite.
You have
Marvel
a rant.
Villain.
I know you have a rant.
He's.
But,
I mean, he's my favorite villain. He's.
Yeah.
It's incredible what they could have done. Especially they could still do, especially them bringing in the Fantastic Four and things like that. So
yeah.
True.
But obviously we got that was the leak trailer from Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania. From Guardians of the Galaxy, what I heard from there was that it's going to be their swan song. It's their last. This is the last time that we're going to see this team as the Guardians.
Okay.
It was a very emotional trailer. Apparently, it's going to be focused on Rocket Raccoon and like basically how he became Rocket Raccoon. And
Aw.
and the main
That's
villain
sad.
of it is going to be the High Revolutionary, who's the person who created Rocket Raccoon, played by the black guy from Peacemaker.
Okay.
If y'all remember him, he had like the very monotone voice and was kind of deadpan the whole time.
Yeah.
he's
The
the
The agent.
Yeah, the butterfly.
Yeah.
He got the butterfly towards the end. But he's complete opposite of that because he actually showed up to Comic-Con as the High Evolutionary and it was hilarious. And he was just like outlandish out there, and it was complete opposite of what he was in Peacemaker. And it's like, okay, this is going to be something that's special. There's a look of Will Poulter as Adam Warlock,
Space Jesus.
yeah, and he currently looks like Space Jesus without
Okay.
like any prosthetics right now because
Right.
dude is looking point. But that's pretty much it for Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. There was that. There was Ant-Man and the Wasp, Guardians of the Galaxy. They announced plot points and places for Phase 5 and Phase 6. We're getting 2 Avengers movies in 1 year.
Right.
We're getting Avengers Kang Dynasty and Avengers Secret Wars. Yeah, and that's in the same year. So that's
Dang.
It's been a while since
The
we've been
Shang-Chi
out.
director is directing one of them.
yeah, Shang-Chi Kang Dynasty.
Yeah.
Which is-
It's gonna be good.
It's gonna be insane.
I mean, if y'all like Shang-Chi, then y'all gonna love Avengers. Oh man, but
It's also closer than I feel like everybody realized.
it's almost the end of 2022, and this
Yeah.
is coming out in like 2025.
We are halfway
We
through
are
2022.
close.
Yeah,
It's gonna go by like real quick.
but what we all came to hear is the Black Panther Wakanda Forever trailer that
Bro.
was dropped and leaked. Not even leaked. It dropped after it premiered in San Diego Comic-Con. And when
Marvel's
I say
like, hold my beer.
basically, it's like, hey, y'all thought y'all was gonna cry from Guardians of the Galaxy. Wait till you see this trailer. We see the trailer of Wakanda Forever. I'm pretty sure everybody and their mama, like I can say my mama cried and I showed it to her in the car, and that was it.
I mean, it's just a wonderful homage and a wonderful, just like
It's going to be a celebration of life for T'Challa and Chadwick Boseman. It's going to be
Yeah.
a passing of the torch for Black Panther because we see at the end of the trailer that someone's in that suit. We just don't know who it is
gonna be a
yet.
new mantle.
We're going to see who it is. We got to see Namor the Submariner for the first time, who's also considered a mutant. What else do we get? The trailer is just, like the trailer barely even touches on the story.
Not at all. Like I mean,
Not
like,
even, you don't know. We don't know what the story is going to be except that
you
Wakanda's
know
going to be
something has
drowned.
happened. Like,
Yeah,
you know that
Wakanda's
something
gonna
sad
drown.
has really happened.
Yes. So, yeah, and I'm not. We all wearing white to
I'm
the
not
theater.
prepared.
I'm
bro.
not
Like,
either.
I have no.
I cried during the first one, and there wasn't even anything sad.
Right.
Right.
Nah.
They had me waking up this morning like wanting to watch Black Panther over again. I'm like, so I put it on, and I'm like, damn, Chadwick. Like,
Why you had to act so good? Why? But yeah, that's my San Diego Comic-Con recap of the weekly blurb, and we appreciate you guys for listening to this long and drawn out episode of One Piece and San Diego Comic-Con and Doctor Who and all of the fandoms and whatnots and who's it's and all the things. Yeah.
indeed.
Yeah, but where can the people find us, Jay?
Yeah. So you can find. Yo. I had to prepare.
Came in with that like Uzi, yeah.
If you are on Facebook and Instagram, you can find us at Blerd Survival Guide. If you are on TikTok and Twitter, you can find us at Blerd Guide. You can also follow us on YouTube, and you can get with us on Redbubble. We also have a Twitch at Blerd Survival Guide.
Type in Blerd Survival Guide on Google, and you'll find all.
We
of
are the
this
first
stuff.
thing. You can find us on our personals at Blerd Activist.
And at that dancing Blerd, and other than that,
Keep surviving, everybody.
Listen to the theme song.
Oh yeah!
Blerd Survival Guide Season 3, baby.
At Blerd Activist.
At that dancing Blerd. We are back for another season of fun and love and all the things. Let's go.
Welcome back to the Blerd Survival Guide. Chill with us, enjoy the ride. Perfect way to spend your time. 3, 2, 1, we going live. Welcome back to the Blerd Survival Guide. Chill with us, enjoy the ride. Perfect way to spend your time. 3, 2, 1, we going live. We got everything you need. Jeremy and Jay, a hell of a team. Comics, news, and everything in between. Birmingham, we own the scene. Come on and let's have a blast with the Black Nerds and the Black Podcast. This is a guide to help you last. We got some topics to unmask. Welcome back to the Blerd Survival Guide. Chill with us, enjoy the ride. Perfect way to spend your time. 3, 2, 1, we going live. Welcome back to the Blerd Survival Guide. Chill with us, enjoy the ride. Perfect way to spend your time. 3, 2, 1, we going live.
Appreciate you, Nick, for creating the beat and the lyrics and helping us out, buddy. Another Marbury production.
Shout out Marbury.
Thank you for your service.